Recording and communication. So when I looked on Sunday, you can go onto the SEPA flood line. There was something like 17 warnings, 15 were severe, but by yesterday that had come down to 5 and 3. Traditionally there's been flood defences, but really today what I'd like to try and concentrate is this idea of surface water management, what we're talking about, surface water management and natural flood management. And we never eliminate risks. What we can do is reduce those risks and understand those risks better. So when we're talking about flood defences, these are very expensive and they may be appropriate in areas where you've got high population density. So this one's White Cart in Glasgow, a scheme that's just been completed to prevent that area of Glasgow, hopefully not prevent but reduce that flood risk for that area of Glasgow. In more rural situations, so here we're on the doorstep. I'm just in the next 3 slides, I'm just trying to illustrate a point, this idea of connectivity. This is can't even remember, Bridge Street in Thailand. And if we stop flooding here, just illustrated by the sandbags, if we don't absorb that water there or store it or slow it down from getting there so fast, if it doesn't flood that property or that area, then of course it hits the next community downstream because they're linked linearly down the river. And if we don't absorb the water somewhere here or slow that water, then it takes us back to that shot down here because they're all 3 connected and you're just moving down the system. So the idea of connectivity in the landscape is a very important feature for me. So what interventions? Well, we could try and increase the interception, capture more of the rainfall before it hits the ground, allows evapotranspiration. We could try and promote infiltration so more water gets into the ground and that would restore through flow. And we could also try and think about wetlands in the landscape to increase storage. And so that's reducing the runoff before it gets to the stream, and then when we get into the stream, this idea of attenuating the flood, so you can then start to play with the channel roughness. So if you think about increasing meandering, that also slows the flow. And so these are examples of mitigation. The drainage and ditch blocking, hill slope re-establishment, thinking about contour ploughing to stop the streams going straight down the hillside or the ploughing going straight down the hillside and the water's runoff. So these, if you like, these are hill slope interventions. Then we move on to the valley floor, and these are floodplain, wetlands, flood bank, embankment breaching. Creation of leaky barriers. So if the water's there, you can then have like wooden weave barriers where the water just percolates through at a slower rate. And then within stream, we can think about remeandering and woody debris. These ideas to slow the flow of the whole